texts me and she says, "Hi there. I'm currently based in Omaha, but I'd love to come visit sometime and see Vegas for the first time. I want to go to the poly BBW party scene out there, right?" And I said, there isn't much of a poly BBW scene here, unfortunately, other than at my house. If you've never been to Vegas, that should be changed. So, you know, somebody is adding me. She must have apparently, like, you know, texted me on TikTok before, because how else would she have had you know, how else would she have found me here and added me, right? So she says, my friend goes out to Vegas for those parties. He's based in Kentucky, so maybe invite only things. I met him in Georgia. He traveled the country before COVID. I hope to go with him to Vegas someday, but those lives looked fun. Yes, I've never been. Dying to try out the Heart Attack Grill and buffers too.
The Heart Attack Grill is closed.
I need more information on the BBW events, because
the Heart Attack Grill is disgusting.
Events, right? So she says,
place.
I have a boyfriend, but I'm poly and date openly. I don't know much about Vegas, but I do know a lot about Georgia. And that scene was toxic and awful. I left and will never come back.
Quirky Love Rose is poly?
Oh, yeah, the Heart Attack Grill is fun. And then I said, how tall are you and how big? I hope that question doesn't offend you. I'm 6'1" and 205. You know, I always, like, there was a time, you know, I always asked everybody, you should have seen her pictures for the, you know, the pictures that she sent me. So I was like, yeah, she looks cute. So she tells me, right? She was like, but before it got toxic, it was fun. Not at all. 5'6" and 5'32". So she tells me that stuff, right? I said, oh, nice and fluffy, right? Nothing wrong with it. And then she says, I'm Rosie Jade on Phoebe. If you want to follow me, thanks. I'm also
this is a one shoulder. It has only one thing.
I said, oh, nice.
It's a shirt.
I followed you on Phoebe.
Like, it's only you.
And then she says, thank you.
This is
and then she says, can we voice chat sometime to get to know each other?
This was going to be hot.
All right. Well, you wanted to get to know me. And I said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be hot.
And then she said, awesome. Will you be free later? And I said, should be, yeah. I'm
not going to be able to use this.
And I gave her the link. I gave her the like, all this before she had just added me as a friend. Now I gave her the Discord link to join in my Discord community.
Link, which by now is invalid because this is 6 years ago. And then I said, I can help you with the verification if that helps. On my server, we verify everybody, so there are 0 trolls and all just awesome people.
Community.
Link, which by now is invalid because this is 6 years ago. And then I said, I can help you with the verification if that helps. On my server, we verify everybody, so there are 0 trolls and all just awesome people. And then she says, yes, how do I get verified? And then I said, super easy, like this. And I give her the instructions on how to verify. And I even say, you can cover up your name and address. All we need is to see your face on the ID and the birth date on the paper with Paradise and today's date. Okay, dope. I'll do that in a bit. And then she says, sorry, it took so long, like, you know, a day, 2 days later, she finally sent me the verification pictures. I've been busy. And I said, sweet, thank you. And so sorry to bug you about that, but what's the birth date on your ID? I can't seem to see it. Did you actually cover up the date of birth? She did. She sent me a picture and she covered up the most important part, which is the birth date. And I said, Kay, can you send me another picture? No problem. Sorry, I was being cautious and covering my ID number. And then I said, no worries, all good. Now just join the server, Paradise. I think you're not on it yet. To this point, she hadn't actually joined the Discord. She just sent me the verification picture, right? And then she said, cool, you got the link? And I gave her the link again, you know, the same link that's up here. This link right here, I gave her the same link again, Discord, you know, okie dokie. Then I found out that she's in. She had logged into the Discord. I hope you have loads of fun. And she still didn't get it. Like she said, so I need to verify with the April bot because she didn't do it right. Like she sent me the picture manually. So I had to manually verify her, but we have a verification bot. Anyway, long story short, she ended up in the Discord. So now I have this quirky lover rose in my Discord. And guess what? There's not a single channel in that Discord about feederism. She's a hardcore feedee.
Yeah.
She didn't find what she was looking for, probably. When you look at the channel listing in Paradise, it's all like wholesome shit.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is not a secret, guys. Like, everything you find in Paradise is like gamers, Animal Crossing, Trading Depot, you know, the safe space right here. Then we have positivity and support, body positivity for BBWS, BBW, and for the guys. We have dating channels. We have health, diet, and fitness. We have females and males' health and mental health. And then late bloomers, parenting, self-care, over 30 and over 40, LGBTQ, POC, travel at any size.